Welcome back to electrive Live, our global edition. I hope you were able to recharge your own batteries during the short break, and we will now continue to look at how to charge the batteries of electric trucks. And we are starting with a case study from Austria. Schachinger Logistics is working with charging station manufacturer XCharge to electrify its fleet. And I now welcome on screen Christoph Ebersdorfer from XCharge Europe and Christian Mayr from Schachinger Logistik, who will talk about what it takes to charge electric trucks. Hello to you two. Hi,
Hello,
Christian.
welcome.
I want to start with you with just a quick question, Christian. As a manufacturer, what are the different challenges? What are the main challenges when you look at depot charging and public charging of electric heavy-duty vehicles?
Yes, thanks for this question. We as a manufacturer, we see different challenges. So in the opportunity charging, there are other challenges. We have heard about megawatt charging, so it's for sure the big power demand. And for the depot charging, where we are here located, we have other challenges, which we want to explain you now in our presentation. So let me share my screen.
All right.
Yes, let's go. But first of all, who we are. So I represent XCharge. We are a global acting company with a local presence in United States, in Europe and Asia. We are founded 2015 with our first project in Europe dated 2017-2018. Besides our headquarters in Hamburg, we run also a test facility in Madrid in Spain. We are a manufacturer of DC fast charger and ultra fast charger. In our portfolio, we start with our C6. It's a smart charger with 60 up to 200 kilowatts. And we have our flagship, the C7, with up to 400 kilowatts. All our products are compliant to the German calibration law, so-called Eichrecht. And beside our DC chargers, we also have something special, which makes us unique. We have an integrated battery storage charger, which we want to show you now in this case. I hand over now.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'd like to start and introduce Schachinger Logistics. We're a well-established logistics and warehouse company based in Austria. We are family-owned, and that makes us unique. This ownership structure ensures a deep-rooted commitment to long-term goals and values, and especially sustainability. We offer comprehensive logistics and warehousing services across a wide range of industries, from automotive and construction to last-mile delivery for DPT, for example. We also provide tailored logistics solutions for the retail food and non-food industries. In the pharmaceuticals and healthcare sector, we also handle various use cases, including the one that we will be focusing on today. In this sector, we're the market leader in Austria with a 60% market share, supplying all major hospitals, regional hospitals, large pharmacies. So we are not only a key player in the logistics industry, but also a strong example of sustainability and innovation. The owner, Mr. Schachinger, my boss, is deeply committed to reducing the company's environmental impact. We regularly adopt energy-efficient technologies. On the bottom left, you can see one of our refrigerated warehouses at our headquarters, where the roof is covered with solar panels. This means that even today, we are already using the self-generated energy for our cars and e-trucks. We're integrating eco-friendly practices into every aspect of our operations. My responsibility here is to oversee the transition from diesel trucks to electric trucks. This includes everything from the transformer to the wiring and the charging stations. Recently, batteries have also become a key component in our sustainable future. To showcase all our activities in the area of sustainability, we've created a plan called Roadmap to Zero. This is Schachinger's action plan for fleet decarbonization, aiming to be climate neutral by 2040. The biggest challenge for us is transportation with diesel trucks, which are responsible of over 90% of emissions. This includes both our own fleet and the vehicles of our partners. I'm proud to say that more than 60% of the company cars in operation are already battery electric vehicles. For our plan to add e-trucks and e-vans to our fleet, this means that by the end of next year, we will already have around 30 heavy e-trucks in operation. We aim to maintain this growth rate in the coming years, along with adding over 60 to 70 e-vans per year. So starting from 2032, I'd say no diesel trucks will be purchased at the latest. Now let me come to our use case. We are already using our first electric truck in the pharmaceutical sector, and in the future we plan to have many more. With this expansion, we will face a very high demand for fast charging. However, we are also dealing with significant limitations. We currently have only 400 kilowatt available at this venue to power all our consumers. Since our cold storage facilities require a large amount of energy, the remaining power for charging our electric trucks is limited to slow charging at a maximum of 22 kilowatt. We are therefore limited in terms of power and can't simply install a high power DC charger. If we were to proceed in the usual way to get higher capacity to our site, we would primarily face three challenges. Immense construction work would be necessary for all infrastructure measures: transformer installation, cabling, excavation work. Given the extended lead times for transformers and infrastructure, the installation process would require quite a lot of time until completion. And third, and as a result of the aforementioned, there would be high investment costs associated with the necessary upgrades. As you've seen, with a number of branches across Austria, at some locations we've already managed to expand the capacity, but it's not always possible everywhere, simply because the connection capacity cannot be brought to the site. And one last point we'd like to mention, and this is exactly the case we've got here, even if there is sufficient connection capacity at a location, it's not always available exactly where it's needed on the premises. Sometimes there are several hundred meters between the transformer and the charging infrastructure. So together with XCharge, we've taken on this challenge and achieved truly impressive results.
Our Net Zero series was the right product for the challenges of Schachinger. Our integrated battery storage charger with a battery capacity of 233 kilowatt hours can bring an output of maximum 210 kV. So let me explain how this works. Just imagine, we have learned in the morning sessions, megawatt charging. So if you're talking about megawatt charging, you need the connection of megawatt to deliver megawatt. We are talking here about a low input providing high output. So our system works with maximum 60 kV AC, buffering up the battery and provide on the output 210 kilowatts DC. So this is just a charging experience which Schachinger Logistics really likes. What are the advantages and what are the features of our product? The Net Zero series is really easy to install. We have three different possibilities how to connect the charger. You can use the standard connection for long-term installation via the floor mounting frame, but you can also use a temporary or let's say really smart installation via industrial plug from the outside. The charger can be scaled up to 466 kilowatt hours, and with the generation 2 we are future-proofed. We can also provide a direct integration of photovoltaic, battery to grid, and as you can see in our video streams, also blackout functionality so that the system can run its own and itself. Smart energy management is our solution to charge up the battery during off-peak hours whenever the energy or the price is low. You power up the battery and you sell the energy to your customer or to your own fleet whenever it's needed. So this can maximize and optimize your revenue, and is a really an important feature for running a DC charger really economic. The Net Zero series was the right solution. Just think about no grid extension, no additional investments in cable laying. We just dismantled the existing DC charger. Yes, for sure, we have a 22 kilowatt, can be AC, but this was a DC charger. We dismantled the DC charger, just installed our Net Zero series and unlocked 172 kilowatts. Before, only slow charging sessions possible. After our installation, we topped up the 22 kilowatts with 150 kilowatts with our charger and delivered 172 in total. What are the results? So first of all, as we have said already, less investments in the grid extension. Also, no new transformer was needed, which lead to, normally you have long lead times for infrastructure like transformers. So this was zero. We just extended the concrete foundation and put the Net Zero series on it. You can also optimize the operational costs, because no need to pay money for an extended or a grid connection. Normally you have a fee for certain level of power what you demand. No, in this case, not needed. And the most important result of our installation of our product, what we have, is the smooth charging sessions. So the charger was running and operate totally reliable. We had have no downtimes, and the very important thing is that the e-truck drivers and also the managers were always able to run their route. So this is one of the most important results, beside all others, is the satisfaction of the customers, not only truck drivers, also of the employees. Just some data. We recorded up to 157 charging sessions. In a total, 15,434 kilowatt hours energy have been provided. With our solution, it was possible to charge 6 times faster than before. If you compare this with the initial setup, a charging would take about 7 hours. So the e-truck arrives on the destination at, we have here one example, at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Plug in, you charge with the 22 kilowatt, would mean that the 100%, this truck started with the 50% of SOC, meaning that after midnight, the truck would be ready with 100%. With our solution, we reduce this time to only 1 hour and 25 minutes. So this gives a tremendous benefit to the driver, because he has less waiting time and can for sure run faster out to his route. In this case, he would be able to go back on the route close to 7 p.m. in the afternoon. So Christian, now the question to you. We were running this project now for 5 months. So what is your conclusion?
Well, the results have been really positive. It's proving to be a durable and reliable solution. As you mentioned before, the truck driver arrives at the charging station, simply grabs the dispenser, plugs it into the truck. For this pilot, he doesn't even need a card to activate the system. So for him, it's plug and play already. The managers are happy for 2 reasons. First, they can fast charge their company e-car while the e-truck is on the road during the day. Second, we have the high investment costs, or we save those investment costs for an expanded grid connection, new transformer, laying the cables, you mentioned it. So because of those great results, we've decided to extend the test period for another 2 months to try out this smart energy management. Even today, we are already using the self-generated energy from photovoltaics for our e-cars and e-trucks at our headquarters. At this location, we aim to optimize this further by combining it with your energy storage system. We're already budgeting for 2025 and looking at rolling this out at 4 different locations in Austria. The plan always includes photovoltaic systems because on the one hand, it's the cheapest way to generate our own energy. And on the other hand, it allows us to accurately predict our energy costs for the coming years. And predictability is, of course, a very important factor for any company today. So let me conclude. At Schachinger Logistik, we make sure that sustainability is at the core of everything we do, from solar panels to heavy-duty electric trucks and the whole supply chain. This commitment not only benefits the environment, it also helps meet the increasing demand for eco-friendly logistic solutions in today's markets. Our ability to quickly adapt and make pilots to changing markets, adapt to changing market demands and technological advancements is one of the key factors behind our success. I'm firmly convinced that very soon we will be an energy company, in addition to being a logistics and warehousing company. Products like the ones from XCharge help us achieve these goals efficiently and within a relatively short time frame. So thank you for your attention. We'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Oh, I have questions.
Go ahead.
Thank you guys for your presentation. Christian, I mean, that sounds really great what you're doing. Looking at your competitors, what is the mood like among freight forwarders? Is everybody as enthusiastic as you guys are? Or do you say the rest of the industry is still pretty cautious?
Yeah, I know from my experience, everyone is still very cautious. It's my daily task to go to our partners and present them, A, there is e-mobility, B, it can be cost effective. And first, all of them say, okay, I don't believe it and don't really think so. And then when we start calculating everything through, they are very astonished that their use case is there is cost parity between diesel and the battery electric vehicles sometimes. So yes, there's very much to do. I wish we had more people going out there and tell our partners, but we're in a very good way. And by showing them that it works with solutions like the XCharge battery and dispenser solution, we can show them it works and it's cost effective.
Okay, and in your case, how many kilometers do the trucks drive per day, per route?
We start with the, well, for this use case we used here, we had a truck that's going between 100 and 150 kilometers per day, where cost parity is definitely there and where even the electric trucks are cheaper, so total cost of ownership. That's when they go on long haulage, and the best driver here is the toll reduction that we have here in Austria. Instead of 100%, we pay 25% for the toll. So if the truck is going only on the Autobahn, then we have a very, very fast return on investment. I calculated one case where he's pretty much only going over the Autobahn, hopping onto the Autobahn, going there, and then hopping off just for 1 or 2 kilometers. And I had a total cost of ownership and the return of investment of 1.1 years. And I'd say every entrepreneur who has this use case has to switch to electric trucks, definitely.
Okay, and you mentioned a few things of what is to come and what you are going to look at in 2025. But you just said long haulage is really where the total cost of ownership or where it really gets cheaper. Are you then also looking at long haulage, looking to already integrate or to also integrate public truck charging, maybe for your pilot?
Yeah, the 30 e-trucks we're going to have next year, our e-trucks and from our partners, there we try primarily to have a charging possibility where the truck starts, where he will be during the day, and then when he comes back during the night, he can charge again and be ready for the next day. But yes, for the time being, we don't really have the e-trucks that can do 500 or 600 kilowatt, or not too many of them, and we don't have it in our portfolio. But when we start with e-trucks with smaller batteries, then of course we have to rely on public charging.
Okay, so I already asked the manufacturers and the charge point operators what they wish for in terms of policies from maybe the European Union, or also on a more local level, in your case, Austria. What about freight forwarders? What do you guys need to electrify truck fleets and keep batteries charged? You said your competitors are not always as enthusiastic as you guys are.
Yeah, I just wish that they are open to start a dialogue with me and the infrastructure providers and start thinking about it. I think that's the main goal for the next few months. And then we will be able to have a hopefully nice ramp up of e-trucks on the road, which would help everyone, the freight forwarders, but also us to get down the CO2 emissions.
So Carla, if you would ask me, so I have not a wish, I would invite them, yeah? So I would invite them, come look at this spot here, this location, see, feel, touch, and then maybe they understand the e-mobility, yeah?
That's the same from my side. Visit us.
That kind of goes with my next question for you, actually, Christoph. What is the key learning you guys took away from this cooperation? I mean, what or how would it help you with the next project?
Key learnings for sure. So infrastructure, everything from the hardware was running smooth. Where we are now, and this is what we showed on the last slide, yeah, we extended now the pilot for even 2 more months to get out more of our features, even to get more of the energy efficiency, yeah, or the off-peak time. So whenever the energy is cheap, that we power up the battery, because for the first pilot, yeah, this was not an issue, this was not needed, yeah. But now we learned, okay, let's also think about that. Let's also bring this into our pilot. That's the reason why we extended, to also get all of the benefits out of the charger.
All right, Christoph, Christian, thank you guys so much for that presentation and for this case study. And I hope your enthusiasm gets other people ready, or other members of the industry ready to electrify their fleet. I do want to move on to the next speaker at this point, and I will see you in the discussion later on. But thank you for now.